Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, some news dropped here recently with Jaron Boots Ennis. It's actually a bit surprising for me. We heard Eddie Hearn's talk last week. It sounded like to me that they were going to go in the direction of a champion at 147 pounds instead of fighting Virgil Ortiz, which for me is fine. You know, if Boots wants to win a title at 147, we saw that YSM, shout out to YSM, dropped an interview with Boots. And if Boots wants to stay at 47 because he wants to win a title from a champion and all that stuff, I get all that. I have no problem with that. But I think the thing that, you know, he's going to get pushback on is not necessarily going in the direction of another champion at 147 pounds. And we're going to talk about the opponent here soon, but it sounded like that was the direction they were going to go in. And now, and I'm just basing that off of the comment that he made and the comment that Eddie Hearn made, which was he'd be fighting for unified status in his next fight. So I think that's where there's going to be pushback in regards to his next opponent, which I guess you can classify this as a big fight because Eddie Hearn did mention that it will be a big fight. And it sounds like he's currently in negotiations with Teofimo Lopez. Now, Teofimo would be a reputable name, a smaller fighter moving up. I don't know how fight fans are going to take it, to be quite honest with you. I would have said probably 2 fights ago, I probably would have said I like the fight for Boots just because he can't get anybody else in the ring. With it not being a fight for a title at 147, and the fact that we know that your other option was Virgil Ortiz, and I understand if you move up, you won't be able to come back down, and maybe this is just a bridge fight because he can't get anybody else, and his next fight will be at 147 against a champion. All those things are valid reasons, but I'm just kind of pointing out the things that I think fans are going to grab onto and say, wow, you're really making this fight. I'm also somewhat surprised that Teofimo Lopez would even be willing to go down this path because he has absolutely no advantages over Jaron Ennis. I think Teo is thinking about the fact that every time he's gotten into the ring with an opponent, he's been able to step up his level. But honestly, I think Josh Taylor, honestly that's fool's gold, and that he gets into the ring with Boots and he's going to find out that Boots isn't a guy that was on the decline as he got into the ring with him. He's going to be in there with a young, big welterweight with reach advantages, speed advantages, athletic advantages.
Every advantage.
Basically. So this fight being made, I think it's intriguing. I don't think it's as intriguing as it was maybe 2 fights ago. But nonetheless, I think it will be somewhat interesting. So what's your thoughts on this? If the fight comes to fruition, we know Boots said don't believe anything unless he says it. So maybe he's going to come out and deny that this is going on. I don't know. But as of this recording, this is what's being reported. What's your thought? And correct me if I'm wrong, but did Bob Arum say something about this? Let me know.
Supposedly Bob Arum, from Michael Benson said Bob Arum was mentioning it. Sound like negotiations. I mean, it's like a Hail Mary for Top Rank and all, and T.O. to try to get them, because, you know, they're in litigation. T.O.'s in litigation. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he mentioned maybe in February he'd be back, anything like that. But to your point, Boots said don't believe anything unless he mentions it. And, I mean, I wouldn't mind watching this fight just so I can see Boots in T.O. That's the only reason I want to watch this fight. But for Boots, it does nothing for him. After him being all rumored about being negotiations with Virgil at 154, then all of a sudden that didn't happen. Before that was Brian Norman Jr. That didn't happen. And now you're pulling a dude coming up in weight that didn't look good in his last fight against a guy that had lost 7 losses in Steve Claggett. Didn't look good against Jermaine Ortiz, who arguably may have beaten him in that one. He looked good against Josh Taylor, yes. But Josh Taylor people were saying, you know, he was too big for the weight class. He stayed there too long. He arguably already lost to Jack Catterall. You know, so I mean, and T.O. against Sandor Martin, actually, a lot of us think he lost. He's asking, do I still got it? You know, so this is the guy that you bring up. Yeah, he's been yapping a lot, but a lot of fighters yap. He's not deserving of this, but I mean, does that mean it's that many slim pickings for Boots to get a fight? We know Ortiz is up 154, so he ain't going up to 154. He already said that. He stayed at 147. So what about, the Mario Barrios who's a champion, Stan Jonas who's a champion, Brian Norman Jr. who's a champion? We know a couple of them already have some things already lined up for their fights as well. So he's an odd man he's on the outside looking in right now. He's arguably one of the better of the four champions at 147. So this fight with him and Tio, I'll watch it just for entertainment purposes because I really want to see him put Tio in the dirt. That way we can go ahead and move past him, man. I'm quite sure Bob please, Boots, take the fight. Get rid of this guy for me. off my hands right now. So he's been thrown on my side this whole year. But I'm not liking it necessarily with what I want to see. But, boxing don't always give us what we want. It just gives us anything it wants. It gives us what it gives us, basically.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. It definitely gives us what it gives us oftentimes. I think there will be a lot of people that will get a thrill out of seeing Boots put Tio in the dirt.
I wouldn't.
I think there's a lot of people though that would find enjoyment, and it's a specific segment of fans that will find enjoyment of Boots putting them in the dirt, but also struggling to do so.
That's because
because they're of the ilk or the mindset that he is overrated, and they want to protect their favorite fighter from him. They want to protect their favorite fighter from him in terms of not necessarily the fight coming to fruition, but more so about their favorite fighters avoiding them. And we've even heard one of the favorite fighters say, "Oh, who knows? On down the line, maybe the next couple of years, who knows if he comes up to 54? Who knows?" Now all of a sudden it's who knows. Before that, it was a definite no. Before the last two fights, it was a definite no. Now if he shows some kinks in the armor, now it's a who knows. But it's all good. It's all good. It'll be interesting to see if it, huh?
The sharks come out when they sniff blood out there. They want to come out then.
Do you believe that that's why Tio wants to fight now?
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. I think they believe that they see flaws that they believe that they can exploit. I think Tio believes he can probably get on the inside of Boots. Just because Karan was able to get on the inside and get shots off, I think Tio believes he can do the same. And that's the reason why he's interested in taking the fight, if he's truly interested in taking the fight, if this is a real thing. I don't know why Bob Arum would be lying, but it'll be interesting to see if it happens. You guys let us know what you think in the comment section. Is this something that you'd be interested in seeing? I'm curious. I'm really curious. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast on Sports Media, and we are out.